It's Thursday, October 7th. I just got back. So the men's workshop is starting tomorrow down in Columbus at the youth camp. And I was kind of debating. So I went every year up until last year. And last year with the pandemic going on, they still had it. And it seemed like a bad idea, unwise, to go ahead and have it. A congregation of people getting together in a small environment. Even though it's out, in the wilderness, still, it's like a group get together during a pandemic, coming from all walks of life, from different, and it's like, maybe not, so I didn't go. And then this year, pandemic is still going on, and if anything, it's going to be a larger, get together than last year. It still won't be as large probably as previous years, but there'll be at least 100 people there, most likely 150. We will see. Looks like I might be going because I thought about it, and it's like I really probably should go just to kind of make an appearance to, dang it. It'll make other people feel better about themselves that I'm still on board, or I don't know what people get out of it. I get something out of it, but just not what other people seem to. They get, I don't know, like, it's kind of like they're only doing what they're doing because other people are doing. That as soon as, like, if other people stop doing, then they'll just be like, well, I guess I'll just, go back to drinking. What? Maybe that works for other people, or they're only doing what they're doing because they think other people are doing it. And as soon as other people stop doing it, then they're like, well, I guess I'll just stop doing it. It's like, So anyway, I was still debating it up till tonight about whether or not I was actually going to drive down and be there for the meal and the meeting, and then drive back, and then go to work in the morning, and then it's a whole weekend. And the whole thing is you're supposed to stay the weekend, camp, or be in one of the cabins, and be there for the different workshops and the breakout sessions and the meals and the fellowship and the fireside chats and all that stuff. And I did that the first year, and that was just beyond anything that I could handle, and it was just total culture shock. And I was by myself, basically. And I was just, whoa, I was just getting too much. I was just overwhelmed. I didn't even know about being autistic at that point. I was diagnosed, but I didn't know it. I was there, that whole thing where but I was not autistically aware. So I was just lost, and I didn't have a guide, and I was just by myself, and, anyway, that's a whole different story. It's not a bad story, but it just takes a lot of time. So this year, and then every subsequent year after that, it was still a foreign thing. I didn't really like it being down there because, I don't like the way people treat each other, and I don't like the way I'm treated. And it just seems really, to me, kind of fake, and I don't get it. And I mostly am just wanting to get out of there as soon as I'm there. So But this year, I found that I was speaking to one guy that I see on a regular basis, that I have some sort of trust with. It might be a friend, I'm not sure. But and I didn't want to make it like my going was a condition, because I was already thinking about going by myself, because that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm comfortable with, because that means I can leave when I want to, which is any time. But I was mentioning it to him because I think it's a good idea for him to go. And then I found myself inviting him, because he wouldn't probably go ever unless he had somebody to go with. And so I don't know. I appreciate his existence and what he does, and I think he would get out. I think he would get something out of it more probably than what I do. And it would be a good experience for him to interact with other people, other than myself and the few people he sees. So it would be a growth opportunity, and for him, and then also for me, because I'd be then responsible for transportation for somebody else. I'd be, communicating and interacting, and I'd be, driving and scheduling him down there, as being, his guide, I guess. And I've already told him we're going down there for the meal and the meeting, and then getting the hell out of there. Don't get caught, don't get tied up. People will want to talk to you, and have an escape plan, and I will come get you. So it'll be okay, because it is a full evening, and it is so exhausting, and it's like 4 hours, and it's like, but the best part of the trip will be the drive down and like the briefing, and then we'll be there for a little while, and it'll be however it's going to be, and then the drive back, the debriefing, and that'll be nice to drive back, and then get him home safely. He's got a wife and a little baby girl, and his sobriety, as far as I'm concerned, he's got a lot more riding on it. His new family and everything. Not that anybody else has any less riding on their own sobriety, but I don't know. He actively has like people counting on him. So it's like, and then if I'm interacting, and it's like I take some responsibility for him being okay. So I take it seriously. So that is the idea. So 90% of me is a little bit more okay with going down, knowing that I'll have company, kind of like a safety, and an excuse to leave, and somebody to protect. It's like, well, I gotta go. So anyway, but then the other 10% of me is like, well, I hope he just cancels, or I hope he just, something comes up on his end, and it's like, oh, well, he did, but I'd probably go down anyway, and then try to make sure he knows that he had nothing to, so it's like, I don't want anybody feeling guilty, where it's like, oh, well, because if he didn't actually want to go, and he's, because he was already setting himself up to have like this out about his wife not feeling well or something, and it's like, well, okay, that's all right. If you don't, so it's like, if he doesn't end up going, then that's okay too. It doesn't. Anyway. But it would be interesting to have somebody to ride along. I like the company on the drive. And then being down there, it's like, it would be nice to have a sidekick, or a buddy, a safety. So it's like, somebody to talk to. That's probably, because the people down there, it's like, yeah, they're, I don't know. But we had a good meeting, I guess, Thursday night. I'm still doing the secretary thing. And I was thinking about that. Is anything around recovery, it's like, it feels like, from where I'm at right now, it feels like, it's like somebody says, here, hold on to this. And they hand you something, and you're left holding it. How long do I have to hold this? Oh, until you find somebody to give it to. Where are you going? Don't worry about that. And it's like, well, like holding this. What do I do with it? And, so it's like you're left holding the bag. And it's like, I don't want it. But then there's no one around to give it to. And it's like, dang it. So it's like, I don't really want to be there, but no one else, they want it to be there for them, and they want it to be good, and they want somebody to show up and to be the person that they want them to be for them, but they don't want to do it themselves. And if I didn't do it, then all of a sudden it's like, something, so it's on me. And it's like, no, I never even volunteered for it in the first place. This got, just kind of, that's a whole story too. And I don't want it. But I want to get rid of it. Because I want the ability to not go. So one of these days, in the not too distant future, I got rid of Wednesday, but I'm still going to that one because of Barbara. Not because of Barbara, but it's the one meeting she still goes to, and I feel a sense of duty and loyalty and tradition to keep going to that one for as long as she wants to. So if she keeps wanting to go, then I'll keep going, as I am her transportation. But as soon as it's like, I don't know how much longer I would go if she wasn't going. It's like, I might, I'm not sure. It's a treatment center meeting, so I'm sure other people get something out of what I have to share, but I find it stressful. And so I know that's selfish and everything. I'm the one that has to live with myself. So if I'm getting stressed out and overwhelmed and emotionally compromised on a regular basis by other people, it's like that doesn't do me or them any good. And and in all this time I haven't gotten used to it, or I don't know. My thoughts are a little bit scattered. So I'm still working on disintegrating myself from but I won't be successful until recovery will always be a part of me, part of my thinking now. But I don't know. I don't really have anything to say. Neighbor, I have to be quiet. It's like, why is he always right there? I should go. Anyway.